A battle between the strongest calling game antagonists, Kashimo and Ryu. Kashimo, having a unique curse energy trait similar to Megami's Nue, is electricity. It's able to shock opponents, leaving them vulnerable for a few moments, allowing Kashimo to pile on attacks. Also, having a guaranteed hit without a domain, using his ability to control lightning to mortally wound an opponent, as we have seen multiple times. Now, onto Ryu. He's said to have the highest output in the calling games, with insanely high physical attacks and destructive capabilities. His technique allowing himself to be a human grenade or being able to launch out attacks from afar in hand-to-hand combat to fight on par with Yuta. What will happen if both of these juggernauts of different colonies clash in a random encounter? Starting with Kashimo, the first thing we get of Kashimo is him absolutely stomping out Panda. Panda tells us that Kashimo carries an electrical charge and will shock the opponent on impact, regardless on if curse energy is used to defend it. Kashimo, using his trait, he overwhelms Panda until Panda brings out his sister core to try and stop Kashimo. Kashimo then shows off his next ability, the ability to send out lightning charge to bisect his opponents. It's explained to us as Kashimo transfers positive charge to the opponent when striking them, while Kashimo himself holds the negative charge. Once enough is built up, he releases lightning and will always hit without the use of a domain. This isn't the first time we've seen someone with a curse energy trait, as there have been many different users, but this is the first can't hit without a domain to ever be introduced in the manga. Kashimo shows off his real strength when he goes up against Hikari, the third Jujutsu High student. The fight against Hikari shows that Kashimo's curse energy trait doesn't actually work against people with high outputs like Hikari. The fight goes on and Kashimo for the most part has the upper hand against Hikari, showing that his speed is almost superior to his, and his can't miss lightning was shown that it could cut off Hikari's arm with no problem. Kashimo actually almost proceeds to kill Hikari multiple times with his lightning, sending it to his head, blowing open his stomach, and obviously cutting off his arm, showing Kashimo has an ability that can easily harm people of Hikari's caliber. Hikari is considered a rival to Yuta, as even Yuta himself thinks Hikari is stronger when he's on a roll. To be fair, it's unknown what that actually means and if this actually talking in base or with Rika out, but to not assume anything, let's say Hikari is only slightly stronger. Does that change anything? Well, let's find out. Ryu, when we first seen him in chapter 173, it stated that he has the highest output of curse energy amongst all players in the calling games. This, for obvious reasons, puts his output higher than Hikari and Kashimo. This renders Kashimo's curse energy traits rather useless in the fight against Ryu. Ryu can fight against Yuta pretty evenly in hand-to-hand and being able to get over on Yuta when using his curse technique. Ryu is able to easily damage Yuta, even Yuta believing that blocking wrong could result in him taking damage. This is shown that even if he's trying to block, he still takes damage from Ryu's Granite Blast, with his hand being blown off as a result. Yuta forced to bring out Rika to take on both Ryu and Uro. Ryu takes on Rika and he believes that her durability is probably higher than Yuta's, based on how they both took the Granite Blast. She lands a blow on Ryu and in return, he lands one back. Ryu is able to stagger Rika after a single punch. I think it's safe to say Ryu will definitely have the ability to hurt Kashimo while Kashimo can as well. This battle really comes down to the arsenal both of these characters possess. As I emphasized, Kashimo's lightning is a problem that Ryu can't let hit him at all, as one hit from Kashimo's lightning is enough to kill Ryu without issue. But on the opposite, Ryu's Granite Blast also has a real threat of doing serious damage to Kashimo if not blocked. As we see, Yuta, even when blocking, still had his hand blown off. Like I previously brought up, Ryu has the highest curse energy output in the calling games. Regardless of if Kashimo blocks it, he will take damage. So the way I see the fight going down is that if both characters start in close quarters, Kashimo will probably have the upper hand, as Kashimo is able to overwhelm stronger characters like Hikari with his speed. But like against Hikari, a punch from Ryu will probably send Kashimo flying in result, resulting in Ryu using Granite Blast to take down Kashimo. Realizing Kashimo has incredibly high speed, if Kashimo can get back into close quarters again, the fight will end with Kashimo using his lightning to bisect Ryu in some way. I don't see Ryu stopping Kashimo as far as speed goes, even though his AP is higher than Kashimo's. Having a guaranteed hit with the only condition is being able to strike you, the fight will definitely go in Kashimo's favor. With that being said, I'm glad you watched the video. I hope you like and subscribe, and peace.